All right, guys. So looking at the dollar index going into next week, last week we had a pretty bullish week overall. If we take a look at the weekly chart, I'm going to go ahead and hide my drawing tools real quick. We had an overall bullish week. The next target of liquidity for the upside in terms of dollar index is resting above this high here and then ultimately above these equal weekly highs here. So this is going to be the next overall target, I think, around the 95 level for upside objective on dollar index. Now, in terms of where would we buy this for a next potential upside opportunity, I would be looking for the dollar index to trade likely down into these two down candles here. So let's go ahead and we'll mark that out. Let me go ahead and delete this. All right. So these two down candles here, these two down candles, once this up candle closed above it, it was then a valid ICT bullish order block. So you can see that this candle here and this candle traded into it and acted as support so far. But early on in the week, I am expecting a further retracement back down into this level here. And then once we hit that, I would be expecting further upside to 94 and then ultimately above these equal highs back here at around 95. Now, if we do break below this low here at 92.35, then I am going to be expecting lower prices on dollar index, potentially back down into this consolidation here, where you could see once we broke out here, any retest of that would be a retest of structure in terms of the daily. Now, once we broke out on this candle, we did retest with this one here, but anybody that's been long and has their stop loss under these lows, by them bringing the market lower, that would actually take them out and then give them a better price in terms of cheaper objectives. So you'd get in around 90.50 and 91 versus, potentially if you're long now and you have your stop loss below 92.20, if you get taken out, you're more than likely going to think that's a sell whenever you can get in at a better price down here. That would be the likely objective for the market makers or whoever makes the market. So still expecting further upside expansion on dollar index. Now, if we do break below this low, again, then I'm going to be looking for lower prices. So we don't really need to go too much in detail on the lower time frame because we know that we're expecting higher prices overall. But if we do break this low here, which is that daily ICT bullish order block, then it's likely that we're going to make a deeper retracement. But as you can see, so far we are forming highs, higher lows, and higher highs. So still bullish market structure overall, even if we go down to the lower time frames. So with that being said, that's going to allow Euro and GBP to be weaker. So in terms of my objectives for Euro dollar, I'm going to be looking for these equal lows here around the 1.17 level to be taken next. Now, we could get a retracement back up into this ICT bearish order block here, which is the exact same. It's basically an inverse level of what we've seen on dollar index, right? So if we draw, let's go ahead and we'll talk about this too. You could see this up candle here was an ICT bearish order block once this candle here closed below it. So you could see once the market traded back into that, it acted as resistance, never broke the high of the bearish order block, and then traded lower, making a new lower low. So we're expecting the same thing to happen when the market trades back up into these two up candles here to act as resistance and then get a further sell-off. If it hasn't already achieved the 1.17 level, then that's what we'd be aiming for. So early on in the week, if we can get a trade up into 1.185 or 1.19, then that would be a good sell in my opinion, with a stop loss above this high here. And we would be targeting 1.17 as the first objective. And then as the market trades into this ICT bullish order block here on the daily, we would have to see what the market starts to do in terms of whether it wants to reverse or continue lower. Now, by dropping to a lower time frame, once it hits this level, you're probably going to see a retracement, but you would expect the new level of resistance that was formed. So say this level of support was broken. As that level of support's broken, it should act as resistance and then continue lower if price is going to continue lower. But if they do decide to hold this level, we'll see evidence of that on a lower time frame, and then we could have a potential reversal underway. And that's how you can spot it based off the higher time frame support or resistance levels. So expecting further weakness on euro dollar, potential objective. Well, first target would be 1.17, but I'm looking to sell it once it trades back up into these two candles here, which is the ICT bearish order block. All right, so if we look at cable, GBP USD, we were consolidating here for multiple days really, and then on Friday we just started to get a little bit of a breakdown right below this 34.60 level that we've been day trading and catching little scalps and intraday trades on. I'm expecting this to be broken, and I don't really expect them to waste much time when they do break this. They're probably going to want to run all these levels of stops here, ultimately bringing it below these two equal lows here. So I think that's what we're going to get next on cable. In terms of a short position, I'd like to see this level here break, and then this would be a daily ICT bearish order block. So any retracement into that would be a good opportunity to sell, in my opinion. So it would look something like this. We see a further breakdown below this 34.60 level. So say Sunday, Monday trades lower, and then right in Tuesday, London Open, we get a push up into this ICT bearish order block, which would be confirmed once this level is broken. Then we could look for further shorts ultimately to the level here around 1.305. So that would be the target for this swing trade objective, because this would be a swing trade, guys, because you would be getting on board this daily level that would be broken, getting on board the retest, and then you would be short this with the objective of here, then here for your targets. And this is, let's see, let's calculate. This is over 400 pips. So, you know, with that much opportunity, there's multiple different day trades and stuff, but for those of you that may have busier schedules or work at night or something like that, then you can, you know, get on board for a swing trade like this once you see this confirmation and place your stop loss above this high here, and then hold it until you get this objective here. You could even scale partial profits here and then take the remainder of the trade off here. But this is what I'm looking for on cable. I'm expecting further weakness on this. Now, out of the two, which one's going to be the better trade? If we look at Euro GBP, we're back trading within this consolidation here. Now, we have been making lower lows in terms of current structure in the market, but we are holding this here. Now, anytime the market is consolidation, and in a consolidation, this is what you'll see. You'll see the market making higher highs and higher lows. Then you'll also see the market making lower lows and lower highs. And it's just because we're consolidating. We're just going back and forth, right? So it's hard to get a determination on what direction the market's going to actually go. But with the dollar index looking strong, that would suggest further weakness on euro and cable. So regardless of what this does, since it's just consolidating, those two, meaning euro and cable, will be the two that are more than likely going to move the most while they hold this euro GBP pair in consolidation. So let's see, we'll go over dollar yen next. And in terms of dollar yen, if we still get the upside expansion on dollar index as I'm expecting, the next level in terms of a target for USD JPY is 111.50. So about 80 pips or so from where we're trading at now. But in terms of a good buying opportunity, I'd like to see the market trade back into these old highs here, which is just a consolidation before the market pushed away. And this would be a break of structure, right? So this candle broke above it, and these candles retested structure, structure and then traded higher. So since that happened, we may not get another trade, another movement down into this level. But if we do, in my opinion, that's a good buying opportunity, looking for 111.50 as a target. And if you're going to have your stop loss anywheres, I would place it below this low here, which would be this daily ICT bullish order block here. And if it goes below that, I would expect lower prices down into this level here, which would just be a retest of this consolidation that was broke out of. So breakout, retest, continuation. So that's all I'm expecting here since we are holding this consolidation. But if we do break below this consolidation, the next consolidation we have is this one here. So still looking for upside expansion on dollar yen. 111.50 is my next target. Like I said, though, I do want to buy it around here. I don't want to just buy it at market open and then hold it for this. I want to see a retracement before I buy this. All right, so let's take a look at dollar CAD. All right, so dollar CAD. With this, I'm waiting. I'm not going to be taking anything in dollar CAD yet, just because dollar index is pushing higher, and I want to be short dollar CAD, not long dollar CAD. But since we are just really consolidating in here now, with the stronger dollar index, we could get a pushback above here. I don't see them breaking this high here, though, above 31 big figure. The reason being is because if you look, we had these highs here, then the market pushed up one last time, took out these stops, and then we immediately traded lower. So by the market coming back up and taking out these highs that were in place, I really think they're going to hold this level here. So I think dollar CAD is just going to consolidate for a bit. Even regardless of what dollar index does, I think dollar CAD is just going to consolidate for a bit. I don't know what they're waiting on specifically, but they're holding this pair for some specific reason. But if they hold this high specifically, I know that this thing is going to be weak. And when it does drop, they're not going to waste any time to get below this low here and potentially even back here. So we got a lot of downside potential on dollar CAD. We just need to wait for it to come to us. So we're not going to rush it. We're going to be patient. We're going to wait. But when it's ready, I think we're going to get some nice movement on this pair. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it for the weekly technicals, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, guys, that was it for the weekly technicals. That was just for when I posted to YouTube, just having a little closing section. So now I will open it up for Q&A. For the weekly technicals, I want to keep it, just kind of how I did today. I just want to focus mainly on the daily and possibly even 4-hour time frame. If there's something specific there. But the reason being is because, by us using a daily like this and not really getting into the lower time frames, so much changes on an intraday basis. I just want to keep it in terms of a daily so you guys know what I'm looking for going into the week and also what I'm going to be, actually executing my trades off of. And you guys that are in the paid group, obviously you're going to get the signals, so you're going to know exactly the reason behind everything. The people that watch the YouTube video for the weekly technicals will just really get what I'm looking for, but they're not really going to know how to enter or why they should enter there, if it's a good opportunity or what. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and I will pull up the chat box now.
After this track, I might need me some lozenges. I ain't about to go soft. This rapping shit lately been pissing me off. Guess these words are kinda just at the tip of my tongue, but I'm still young and I hope I find the rhymes that'll live through time before that fat lady has sung. Cause when I'm inside this booth, feels like I rule the world. But I'll hop off my horse, hop in your Porsche, give it